We're continuing a conversation with President F. King Alexander, California State University, Long Beach. We were talking about the historical roots of this university as kind of being the mausoleum on the hill, and it has evolved into a very vibrant part of the community. And your wonderful predecessor, Dr. Monson, used to say you can't have a great university without a great city, and you can't have a great city without a great university. I know you share that view.
I share that. In fact, in many ways, I think that Long Beach is quickly becoming, instead of a city with a university in it, it's quickly becoming a university city.
Wow.
This involves the teaching, the service, the research. 35% of our students volunteer throughout this community. Our students work, 80% of them are working somewhere in this community, and there's virtually nowhere you can go that you won't find our students, whether it's in the restaurants or in the shopping areas or anywhere else. Our students are everywhere, and they're helping build the economy of Long Beach.
Well, the university is a major employer in town, and speak to the economic impact that the university has on the community.
Well, in a recent study clearly shows that for every dollar that's invested in our students or in our campus, it brings $5.43 back to the community around it. There are so many spillover effects of having a big university. Our students spend anywhere from $10,000 to $12,000 in the community, each and every one of them, each year. International students tend to spend a little bit more because they need more things than even our local students do. So as an economic driver, universities throughout the nation have made many communities recession-proof, or at least a lot less restrictive when it comes to bad economic times.
So reducing the enrollment, as we were forced to do, from 9,000, I think you said, to about 5, reducing 4,000 or so students, has an economic impact.
It has a significant economic impact, because we also don't have about a couple hundred lecturers employed who would be serving those 4,500 students who aren't here. And those students will be somewhere. They're going to go somewhere. And one of the dangers of what we're seeing with these restrictions in California has gone from roughly having about a net loss of about 14,000 students a decade ago that have gone to other states. That's grown to about 25,000 this past year.
Wow.
So a lot of these talented students who are also economic drivers and economic engines are going elsewhere because of the restrictions that we've been forced to endure from our legislature.
Well, I'd like everyone just to think of this little saying which we used some years ago in another connection. But if you think education is expensive, try ignorance.
Yeah. And that's very true. That's very true. And it's not just about access, providing access. It's about getting our students through. And when a student drops out, their earnings potential virtually is still the same as a student who never pursued college in the first place and just got out of high school.
Wow. So
they have to finish, and that's what we're here, each and every one of us on our campus are dedicated to figuring out ways to help them get through faster and to help them get through and receive their degrees and walk across the stage.
Let's turn briefly to athletics. I know you played ball when you were in college and were pretty good in basketball, and we've tried to invigorate our men's basketball program, which is kind of key to the whole athletic puzzle. But speak to our athletic program.
Well, we've got an excellent athletic program, and we do so well in so many sports. And baseball, we've taken over Blair Field. We're now managing and operating Blair Field, which is great for our players. They get to practice there now. Basketball, we're building a great program. We came a game away from the NCAA tournament last year, but people tended to forget we're starting 4 sophomores. So we've got everybody coming back. Our women's basketball team had an excellent year, one of the best years that they've had in the last 4 years. They're on their way up. Men's basketball is going to be exciting. Women's tennis just wins the conference each and every year with our new tennis, thanks to the Rhodes family, our new tennis complex. So we actually expect a lot from our student athletes and our coaches, and they just do an outstanding job, and they're just vital parts of our university community.
And I know the community has supported financially Long Beach State for many years, but we still don't have the money for as many scholarships as we'd like to be able to give out.
Right.
And on the table for some time has been a fee that could be imposed on students to raise money for scholarships.
Well, students have a responsibility to support our athletic program because it is about student life. And our students demand good athletics. They attend the events. They take pride in them. Our alumni do as well. So athletics is a very important part of American higher education and has grown to become that way.
I realize that there have been a lot of increases in student fees. They're paying more and getting less in their minds and probably in reality. and it may not be the most popular thing for a president to do, to impose a fee, but are you still considering that?
Well, we're still considering that, but more importantly, what people don't know is that our university has done a better job at keeping our prices low. We're the most affordable four-year university in California, and among the most affordable in the United States. There's not 10 universities out there that offer what we do that charge less than we do. And for $4,300, that's what our students for 2 semesters, when the National Public University average is about $7,400 now.
Wow.
So our students are getting a lot.
And we're rated best of the West by...
Right, we're one of the best values by U.S. News & World Report. We've just been ranked as one of the best 15 universities in the CSULB in terms of graduating our students and graduation improvement. Our students are really getting a lot, and there's nowhere else they could go where they actually would be paying less to receive this type of education.
Okay, we'll be coming back with the remaining portions of our show, but first we need to pause for these messages. Stay with us.
Welcome to McKenna's on the Bay, where fine dining is complemented with a breathtaking view. McKenna's is a restaurant of incredible ambiance, providing service and cuisine with style, class, and romance. The menu offers a variety of appetizers, serious seafood, prime steaks, an oyster bar, and specialty entrees for either lunch or dinner. McKenna's on the Bay features patio dining, nightly entertainment, and 2 banquet facilities. No matter what your occasion, McKenna's on the Bay is like being on vacation. Join us today at McKenna's on the Bay.
The original Renaissance Pleasure Fair, now in LA at Santa Fe Dam.
Founded in 1976, Polly's Gourmet Coffee is Southern California's most complete gourmet coffee store. Polly's has the best tasting coffee, freshly roasted every day right in the store, plus a wide selection of teas, an in-house bakery, espresso bar, patio dining, and more. We also offer Wi-Fi, free internet access for all of our customers. Our nationwide clientele agree, when it comes to coffee, there's only one name to remember, Polly's, 4606 East 2nd Street, welcoming you into Belmont Shore.
How do you like your chances the rest of the way?
I got no idea. But I do know that if we stay with Naples Rib Company, at least we won't go hungry.
Coach, what do you think about some of those questionable calls tonight?
Oh, yeah. But if you want a sound call, I'd call Naples Rib Company. You can't miss on that call.
Then Naples Rib Company is part of your game plan?
There really is nothing more motivating than a great barbecue meal at Naples Rib Company.
Victory or not, Naples Rib Company, great game plan.
California State University Long Beach has become one of the great universities of our state. We recently had over 70,000 applications for 5,000 places. It's harder to get in here than UCLA. Everyone seems to want to go to the beach. Why? I would argue inspired leadership, starting with our guest, President Alexander, dedicated faculty and staff, and motivated students such as our president's scholars. Despite our current challenges, I would predict that good times lie ahead for the beach. And Mr. President, I know you're a basic optimist. Despite these budget situations, good times ahead. Good times
will be, they're actually happening all around us, and it's a tribute to our faculty and staff in the community, how much it embraces our university. And just I know who's going, last year, and I know this year, we had over 700 engineering graduates. Wow. I mentioned the nurses earlier, but our school teachers, our others, we really impact the community. Okay, thank you for again joining us. Thank you at home for watching, and please join us next week for the next edition of Straight Talk. Good night, everyone.
Straight Talk has been brought to you by Southern California Edison, the Press Telegram, and Long Beach Magazine. And remember, Straight Talk is viewable worldwide 24/7 at straighttalktv.com.